Greetings and welcome to the Hawkeye Rising YouTube channel. My YouTube channel. I'm Clint, your host, your Hawkeye. Okay. Wow, just hit record and get going. Continuing on from last broadcast, I just wanted to add so Billy Graham Crusades. The first event was September 13th, 1947. That's not a Pedro Arrupe connection, but the general that succeeded Arrupe, Peter Hans Kolvenbach. I knew there was a Black Pope connection because he, on obviously very many years after 1947, in oh my goodness, 1983, Kolvenbach ascended to the seat of the Black Papacy. I knew there was a connection. It was just finding which one. Okay, this certainly will not be exhaustive, and I think we're going to attempt to just make sure. Fantastic. All right. This was created and posted February 20th, 2020. Coronavirus to Corolla Triumphalis. Dr. Lee Wenliang, Alistair Crowley, COVID, Kobe Bryant, The Who, and NASA. Okay. Is it strange to be a part of something, some kind of movement, and whether or not this is garnering what me and being a part of the Sarucci team, what we have been doing, whether this is acknowledgement or as has been said many times, where does the natural start or stop, and the interdimensional or spiritual start, and what interdimensional agencies are involved, who's watching, but there's clearly something going on here. So in light of yesterday's, yesterday was February 7th. Okay. King Lebron James. I did want to point out a couple things here because we have, explore notable birth and death dates. So Dr. Lee Wenliang, Alistair Crowley, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant to the Roman Corona Triumphalis symbol. So I'll just basically, I have some notes aside from what I've got posted on the blog. Notable births for December 30th. So 39 AD, we have Titus, the Roman Emperor. We have Al Smith. We have Tiger Woods. We have LeBron James or King James. We have some death dates. So Felix I, Innocent the Ninth. We have a Saddam Hussein. We have a Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin, murdered December 30th, 93. We have Israel establishing diplomatic relations with Vatican City. And in 2019, we have whistleblower. So this is as per the Wikipedia page, the Wikipedia page for Dr. Lee Wenliang. We have whistleblower, Dr. Lee Wenliang, a member of the Communist Party of China, as per his wiki page, sent a message to his medical school alumni group on December 30th, warning that 7 patients had been quarantined at Wuhan Central Hospital after coming down with a respiratory illness that seemed like SARS coronavirus. The policy in Wuhan then reprimanded and silenced Lee, requiring him to sign a letter acknowledging that he was making false comments. Okay, I'm bringing this up because February 7th, where is it? under or over prepared, or being prepared and missing certain details. Okay, so February 7th just happened to be the death date of Dr. Li Wenliang in 2020. Okay. So it's like, how do I even best lay this out for you? So it's not even just for dramatic effect, but it's like when we've discussed many times, I've discussed many times this idea of a drum beat, of not just a Sun Tzu and drum beat, because remember, who is Sun Tzu? Sun Tzu is the Jesuit superior general, and there's a feint with names, places, and dates. There's no such thing as coincidence, where we have the intersecting dates, events, sports, television. Remember, if it's on the screen, it's Jesuit theater, and that certainly doesn't minimize this any sport, basketball, so on and so forth. We have okay. Oh, it just depends how far I want to take this, because the thing is, we have Wenliang, Dr. Li Wenliang, having the same birthday as Aleister Crowley, October 12th. We have, okay, bear with me. Okay, so we have this is what makes, the irony of bringing up Sun Tzu, because it's good thing to have notes too. So LeBron James, King James, scoring record, February 7th, 2023. What time did it happen? Well, it happened at night. It would have been February 8th in Rome. Okay. And who was born? I'm not going to be able to pull this up because I just want to look up this quickly. (1718). Translator Jean-Joseph Marie Amiot, born February 8th, or 8 February 1718. Okay. So let that be a punctuation mark, or an exclamation point to the point of the event that happened with LeBron James yesterday, scoring 38,388 points, and noting in a recent email, John Paul had stated that 38 is all over this thing. I'm not a gematria guy. You'll have to go to Zach Hubbard or Roy, the Colonel. Will certainly have something to say about that. So let's see. So Dr. Lee, we have the whistleblower date on 30th of December 2019. We have the death day of 7th of February of Dr. Li Wenliang, which is also a shared death date anniversary with Joseph Mengele, monster. That's so 7th February 1979. Interestingly enough, he had a birthday of 16th of March, so 1911. 16th of March, I believe that's the death. That's the death anniversary for our Frederick, for Jesuit short robe and Freemason Frederick Tupper Saucy, author of Rulers of Evil, Useful Knowledge about Governing Bodies. You have, and that was in 2007, March 16th, which is also the death date of anniversary of Jean de Brébeuf, a prominent Jesuit, now a North American martyr and one of the patron saints of Canada, the country in which I live, which is now a single Jesuit province, not two, but a single province made into a single province on July 31st. So the death and feast day of Ignatius Loyola in 2018. Okay, just a lot of shizzle to go over there, but again, I know, lots of dates, so just bear with me. Okay, I'm looking at, at least I can share the screen. I'm not doing it perfectly yet. So we have a Crowley. Okay, We don't necessarily need to get into. What can I get into here? Obviously, okay, we there was the rivalry between Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. I can't remember the date where James surpassed Bryant's record, but remember in 2020 we had the death date of January 26th, 2020, when Bryant perished in the Igor Sikorsky. What is it? No. Anyway, his Sikorsky helicopter with his daughter Gianna, and I can't remember how many other victims apparently in the crash. But your Hawkeye's observation being that Sikorsky, it was essentially Bryant was burned alive in a tomb with the namesake of Sikorsky, and Sikorsky had a birth, I believe it was a birthday of May 25th, and what happened on May 25th, 2020, we have the Derek the Hangman chauvinist kneeling on the neck of George Floyd. And then the 26th, having birthdays of so Douglas MacArthur, Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky, which material has been covered in Mythology Behind Eaters of Children on Johnny's channel. We have a death date, so Kobe Bryant. And also remember, Bryant shares a death date anniversary with Freemason and physician Edward Jenner. Let's see, January 26th, in certain events, we have the Council of Trent establishes an official distinction between Roman Catholicism and Protestantism. And then, of course, the Lewinsky scandal, I believe, which was the story was broken on the 17th of January in 1998. And it was on 26th that the classic, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And of course, the funny joke. So the WHO names coronavirus COVID-19 on the 11th of February 2020. Of course, the WHO founded on the Jesuit co-founder Francis Xavier's birthday, April 7th, 1948. Okay, so what did I wanted to hit? Let's see if I'm going to change what I'm viewing. See if we can do this. Good to see you. Even in the midst of all this information. Okay, select my tab. Which one? And there's something about this too. And this was, when was this? This was tweeted. So last night, 9:08 p.m., February 7th. Where's the eye contact? I'm not one to judge a person's heart or soul. We know Lebron, raised Roman Catholic. Is there a dead soul? I don't know, but, and then of course, noting the not red, but pink Nike shoes. Some of these shots, there's the whether an intentional crop, so you're not necessarily seeing that full on. You got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar rocking the 33. Captain 33. That for the cap. Okay. But as Jean Paul noted, so 38. Two. Now, is this your Hawkeye taking a piss? And it's not about trying to connect things, but my association with, where is it? This reminded me of a story. Just confirm. Reminded me of a story back in 2010. And just the details that stick with the person. So, of course, when somebody mentions 38, this is the first thing I think about or thought about. This was a story. We had Armstrong coming out of retirement, 3.5 years, literally 3.5 years, on his race. Some of his race bicycles in 2010 had 1,274, and if doing the math, I believe that was instead of 1,260, which is a certain prophecy mentioned in Scripture. Armstrong had 1274 on his bike, and if you do the math, it's 3.5 years. I think if it's 364 a day, so I believe I don't know if you'd call those Enochian years with 364 days. So this was so June 16th, 2010, whenever the photo shoot happened, but the 16th was it was either published online. Armstrong responded. Armstrong is unhappy with his latest magazine cover appearance, a 7-time Tour de France champion. So this is before the Oprah, the 2013 Oprah confessional, public confession of using performance-enhancing drugs and other blood doping and so on. So the 7-time Tour de France champion graces the front of the latest issue of Outside Magazine in a blue shirt. It says 38 BFD. So yeah, there it is. Acronym stands for Big Effin' Deal. Okay, so it's it's a shirt that Armstrong never wore. So take this as what you will. Remember, it's on a screen. It's Jesuit Theater. And I can't remember if audio can be shared. I will try this. There is a scene. Again, just I'll actually look up the date quickly. So Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. October 21st, Jack Reacher. October 21st, 2016. I believe, yeah, so we have our 6/10/21, our 10/21, October 21. So the same year. No, I believe, yeah, I knew it was going to happen. I didn't hit reset. Bear with me. Seriously, guys. Yeah, well, I'll be figuring that part out soon. How to, okay. Okay, so let's go back. Yeah, so Jack Reacher, October 21st, 2016. So October 21st, what I wanted to get into was our Assassin's Creed, our 2016 film, I believe, which had the release date in December. It was late December 2016. But our protagonist, Callum Lynch, born of Mary and Joseph, has a birth and a death date of October 21st, 2016. Let's see if I can fix this, because I do not want... Oh, that's so not cool. Here we go. Come on. Yes! Okay. Am I back? Figuring this stuff out. Okay, where am I?
Military ID expired. $38 and a toothbrush.
$38 found in his pocket, and some other items. But anyway, I'll leave the 38 to the gematria specialist. And did I share that? Stop screen. Hold on. Well, if that worked, if it worked, good. If not, sorry. That was a scene. I don't know if that was the opening of the film. It must have been. Anyway, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. Just that Y38. And not that necessarily means anything. Okay, what I did want to cover briefly. So there's we have Armstrong. Why did I bring up Armstrong as well? Let me just look back at the email. Okay, so we have, clearly LeBron's story. His mom was 15 years old when she got pregnant. So there's a lot details to this story. I'm still learning about where LeBron James came from, but it sounds like his story is very similar in part to Armstrong's, where you have essentially a teenage mother, single mother, raising a child, and which it leads to more questions. And it's not about getting into that. And again, it's not getting into the state of each of these persons' souls, but there's something going on here. And of course, Armstrong was used to be the golden goose who laid golden eggs, and ever since his downfall, so-called downfall, and part of what I would as your Hawkeye, my perspective, he was a champion raised up to be brought down, just like the towers built to be crushed, built to be destroyed, and all that, everything that essentially he stood for. And okay, while I'm here, I wanted to also mention. Okay, so we'll leave that. I think I nailed. So the connection. So literally the beginning of this pandemic. And okay, we'll leave that. Space station. Was it Jake the asshole? I know that the Cap pointed out something. Let's make sure that I'm sharing the right screen. Obviously, the more that I do this, the more I become familiar with it. No. No, let's go first. China balloon. Okay, we're already here, so might as well. So this is immediately. This reminded me. So 2017, August 21st, and I'm sure if I looked at the details here, it would say. Okay, this was published August 22nd, 2017. So August 21st, there was a specific kind of eclipse. I can remember it was a. I was trying to get. And I'm sure that you remember where you were when this happened. I do. But this team or this channel, there was a team of gentlemen that had it. They had a very specific location. I'll put the link in the description if you want to check it out. It's kind of fascinating. But what they caught, they had worked out, and I think with technology, the transit path of the ISS, the International Space Station, and they just happened to be at a certain place in the United States that they had access to a specific spot where they were able to, as you'll see, film or what is being presented as the ISS transiting. And of course, all this with a grain of salt. Remember, if it's on the screen, it's Jesuit theater. But this also leads to the question, if we know that the narrative, what did they capture? And why does it look, in 2023, very, very similar to what's supposedly being called a surveillance balloon from the Chinese?
I swear I saw it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, transit. Oh, it happened! I saw it. I totally saw it. Dude.
And hopefully they slow it down. Dude. Come on.
4, 3, 2, 1. Transit.
There it was. That is so awesome.
Nice job.
Dude.
Yes.
Look at this. So now let's stop screen. What did I do? Okay, no, let's try this again. Now, what are we looking at? The supposed, let's see, China balloon. I don't know, you decide. Remember, we do our own research, make an informed decision, wait for further news. Anyway, point is, I did want to point out Jean-Joseph Marie Amiot, translator, in quotation marks. Remember, if a Jesuit that's taken the fourth vow, part of that vow, okay, so and if if you're not familiar with the vow, find it somewhere. I think the go-to place that I've been familiar with, I think it's reformation.org. It's been taken down. So finding it in its entirety might be a little bit, I don't know if it's going to be difficult, but I'll see if I can find it, and I will post a link. But in it, there is a portion where the inductee does swear to be with a dagger pressed to his chest and a crucifix, to act in the manner of a corpse, to literally be a corpse, to answer without question, even if his general is a dog, but to ask, or to act without question, act out the orders of this Jesuit superior general, whatever he's told. So Jean-Joseph Marie Amiot, a Jesuit missionary to China. I'll make sure that if I'm, let's see, present. Let's try this again. So Jean-Joseph Marie Amiot, remember, was the translator of Art of War, or 13 articles, Sun Tzu's 13 articles, known as now as the Art of War. So a French Jesuit priest who worked in King China during the reign of Qinglong Emperor. So after he was ordained in 1746, he aspired to serve in an overseas mission. He was assigned a mission to China and left France. Forget France, that's just Papillon. And left France in 1749. He arrived in Beijing in 1751 and remained there for the rest of his life. This would have been under the final years of the, where is it? I think it's Aloysius Centurion, who was superior general, desert superior general, the November 30th, 1755. Hold on, let me confirm that. No, he would have been, so he would have had two separate. So Ignacio Visconti is from July 4th, 1751. Wow, to May the 4th, 1755. Aloysius Centurion, 30th November, 1755 to 2nd October, 1757. That's a significant date for me, or year. Then, of course, in 1758, we have 18th Jesuit Superior General Lorenzo Ricci, actual author of Art of War, or 13 Articles, the unknown founding father of the United States, the creator and lead fomenter of the French Revolution. I do not believe he died on the 24th of November, 1755, but was present at the signing of the Declaration of Independence in America on his birthday, August 2nd, 1776. And based on the film, actually two films, but one in particular. So our Assassin's Creed, as I had mentioned, Callum Lynch's death scene, his execution, was a direct allusion, an explicit allusion to what happened with Lorenzo Ricci. Yes, he died, went underground, and was able to move freely, clear the history books, because who writes the history books? And I believe he did make it to Russia. And I'm not sure exactly what whether it was 1800 specifically. I arrived at that through Assassin's Creed as well, but I believe there's a reason why that Catherine the Great gave a safe harbor to 201, and that Lorenzo Ricci was actually the 201st Jesuit. And then, what else can I say? And not go into further rabbit holes. Okay, so I think I've covered everything I just wanted to mention tonight, but again, LeBron James, something going on here. And then, of course, to the connection back to Dr. Li Wenliang in the beginning of this entire, what we've been enduring the last 3 years. So all we can do is listen for the drum beats and make informed decisions. And let's see. I put links below. And anyway, thank you. I know you'll be seeing this at some point, wherever you're at, whatever time. Bless you. Thank you for being here. This is your Hawkeye.